All right, my friends, let's say you chose Snack Aggression. What comes in the download from Hightail? Well, let's check it out. Once you unzip the folder, this is what you're going to see. You've got all of your subfolders pre-made for you. Pretty nice, I'd have to say. And you've got, in the docs area here, the edit stock legal use PDF. And I suggest you check this out. This is basically the terms under which you're allowed to use this project. It comes from a company called Edit Stock. They provide material for educational purposes, but there are terms attached to that. And I suggest you read through this document. You can post this online, but you cannot claim credit for it as if you created it, okay? You can only post it to show your editing ability. You can't submit it to film festivals. You can't claim credit on IMDb. That's basically what the document says. You also have to show their logo at the end, which we'll get to in a minute. So please read through this document. And then there's even a script associated with this. Now, don't be deceived. It's only one page. Believe me, this is not that easy to do, okay? There's a lot involved. It's really fun, but it is challenging for sure. But hey, it's your final project. It should be. Okay, moving on. Graphics. You've got the Doritos logo here that you can use. Transparency associated with it. Nice PNG, good quality. Here's all the media. So there are many shots, many takes of all of the phases of what happens in this commercial. And this is all professionally shot. So please understand that you have a lot of material to work with here, and I suggest you become very familiar. Hey, remember string outs? Yeah, you're probably going to want to use those in this for sure. So you can get familiar with all that media that you have to sift through to tell the story. The script is a guide, but you do not have to cut it exactly like the script says. I have people do all kinds of different things in this, interpret it in different ways. So please feel free to do that. It's about you being creative here, not just editing by the numbers according to the script, okay? Here's the credit logo I was talking about that you have to include immediately after the end of the piece itself and before your own credits, right here. Okay. There's a VFX backplate in here. There's a couple of them actually. There's one of the floor when one of the characters is getting dragged out. And there is the empty room where the chip clip with a mind of its own flies through the air and attacks one of the characters. So in order to do that, you're going to have to mask out the wand that's holding the clip. And this will be the backplate so that when you do that, you don't see a hole in the video. So let's go to the wand here. Clip attacks wide. All right, so let's try this one.
And we'll just keep on
So
going.
you can see, here's the clip, here is the wand that's surrounded in green tape, and it flies out and attacks this guy. And there are many takes of that. Now you would think, oh, I'll just use the Ultra Key effect to key out the green on the wand. That does not work. It is completely ineffective on this. Which is great because what you end up having to do is mask out the wand. You're actually going to draw a mask around the wand and remove it and leave the clip there. And that's where the backplate comes in. And I'll do a little video lesson on how this is done, but it's basically rotoscoping, an old school film technique for getting rid of things you don't want so that you've got inanimate objects flying around doing things. So this is what you get. There's also some inserts in here for different things that happen. Nice little close-ups for you to use to make what happens more believable. And then there's plenty of audio in here too. Sound effects that they recorded at the time on set that'll help you as well. So moving on from media, there's no music, and you will need to use music in this piece. I highly recommend you do that when the clip attacks, that you have some kind of dramatic music that underpins what's happening. It makes the whole scene a lot more believable and a lot funnier. So hit up the free resources area, find some dramatic music to help your project. Outputs, obviously there's nothing there. Sound effects, plenty of sound effects for you to use here. We've got office, walla, which is just the background sound of the office, phones ringing, people murmuring, that sort of thing. We've got a growl, grumble, snarl. That's the clip getting angry before it attacks. There's all kinds of things in here for you to use. However, there is nothing in the project folder. You will need to go to your template project and pull the project from there. I'm just going to copy this and paste it in here. And then, of course, change the name from template to Snack Aggression, put in your information, launch the project, and then create a new sequence from your preset, bring in all your media, build your string outs, follow the same process that we've used previously in the course, and go to work on your project. All right, so that's what you get if you choose Snack Aggression.